All right, so we are meeting about tutoring. So we're getting some additional resources for third grade, well, all grades, but third grade specifically for reading and math before and after STAR simulations to help us kind of pinpoint some kids that we need to work with. With some investigation on Leap Forward, looking at last year's STAR, I kind of looked at like, okay, which genres did they hit the most? And so this is what I found. For reading, they did 2 expository passages, one fiction and one biography. So it really...
No poetry.
No poetry.
Okay.
But in 2015 and 2016, they also had poetry.
Wow.
So that we could have poetry, we could not. But the fact that they didn't have it last year is kind of... I'm not unsure why they didn't do that. Yeah. So that's something that we can still work on and keep our kids prepared. And I think reviewing this week and next week is a good idea. Okay. Yeah. But with our tutors, we really want to utilize them. Let's look at the schedule first of all and see when they're coming, how many kids we need to be hitting, and then we can talk about what we need to hit. Okay. So knowing that can help us. Yes. So let's look. Carolyn sent that out last week.
Schedule right now. 9:30.
9:30 every day of the week.
Yes.
Okay.
Math is every day of the week. I want to say reading is just Tuesday through Thursday.
Tuesday through Thursday. Yeah. Okay. So math daily. And the same time, right?
Same time for both.
So then we're not going to be able to get... But we were talking about maybe focusing on one teacher a day to kind of split that up. And then we're not having to come up with more and more things. Yeah. I'm just still trying to find it. Hold on one second. There it is. All right. So here's the tutoring schedule. So what day would be best for you to have the tutor come? And
Tuesdays are really bad for me because of my schedule.
Okay.
Because of specials in the morning. So I would like to not go on Tuesdays. Mondays could work. Mondays we have computer lab till 9:30 actually. We're in the computer lab till 9:45.
Okay, and so that won't work.
So Mondays wouldn't work.
Okay.
I could do Wednesday or Thursday. But again, what works best for y'all, too? Okay.
Mondays don't work for me.
Because y'all have library.
And Tuesdays don't work for you. Right. So let's ask Mrs. Davis if Mondays work for her. This is for math or for reading?
For Mondays, it's just math.
Okay. Yeah. And then I could do Tuesdays because that doesn't interfere with my schedule. And then Wednesday, we can see if we can focus on you. And that leaves us... The math tutor is Monday through Thursday.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So then on Friday, we don't have anyone coming, so that's okay. And then Thursday, we talked about having just like our lowest of low.
Okay.
Kids.
2 from each.
Yeah, 2 from each. So.
For both reading and math.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I like that because I feel like.
So we really just
other days are maybe our bubble kid, or I guess it depends on your class.
Right, that's true.
Send those days.
We need to consider who we already have in tutoring. We need to consider who we are already getting sped pull out. iTime.
Okay.
And we're moving our iTime down to accommodate this.
Yes.
So this is from 9:30 to 10.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
For both reading and math.
So 9:30 to 10. Okay. So.
iTime is moved from 10
to 11:10. It's 45 minutes, right? 10:25.
Okay.
So we're moving it down.
Okay.
So we can say till 10:15. That's 45 minutes.
Okay. Is this going to be our new iTime? I can't remember.
I think it should because if we're not, then
they're missing out on instruction.
Right.
So that's perfect.
So if we move that down and then we just move like grammar or writing after iTime. I think that'll be fine.
I agree.
So just finish math by 9:30.
Okay.
Do your iTime.
Then hit language arts.
Yeah, after that. So that means we can give at least 6 kids. She said she can handle 6 kids each.
Did reading say she was good with 6?
I think that's good. 5 to 6 is pretty good because you need to hear them read. You need to ask them questions. So I think that same thing. Let's
Okay.
think about 6 kids. With math, let's talk about who for your class. Who could we?
I'm thinking of those who don't come to tutoring,
Okay.
don't come to iTime.
Okay.
I mean, those kids still need it, but Andy.
Okay.
Andy, I had him going today.
Okay,
I
let's
tried to
look
pull up-
at our data.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
Unify.
Yeah, pull up Unify. We can look at just like overall scores in the baseball card report.
Okay.
So if you pull up assessments and then click math, and you can click up, I like to put them in order like Unit 1, then Unit 2, 3,
Okay.
4, and 5, and then the MOI. This is that. Okay. So then you can kind of see like red straight across. There's
Gotcha.
So look, especially those kids that you think, wow, they shouldn't be there, or they're on that cusp, those 70s, 75s,
Right.
or just below.
Again, they're already being seen during iTime, but John, I need to send John.
Okay, and we are more flexible with changing our iTime
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So John
for sure. I need
and this is for
Ava
math.
For math, I need
Yeah.
to send Ava.
And we have to consider, is this
During iTime though. She sees you for iTime.
well,
But I could.
she can go and do math instead.
Right.
Which ones do you
I
think
feel like she
more?
needs more in math. She's
Okay.
got reds across for now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna make. Okay.
John, Ava. Let's see.
Well, think about who you're sending to Mrs. Davis right now for math.
For math, with
Are
Haley
they-
and Angie.
Are those your low
Rylan,
ones
Joanna.
or bubble?
Haley and Angie are bubble,
Okay.
and then Rylan and Joanna are my lower ones.
Okay.
So
Do you want to keep them with Mrs. Davis? Do you want to send them to a tutor?
I'm gonna keep them with her for now.
Okay.
I like these 3 kiddos so far.
Okay.
Mary's done better. I don't think she. I'm gonna send Denise.
Denise. Okay. All right.
Should be. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go and add GB on there as well.
Okay.
She's a bubble. These are all bubble kids that
Okay.
can get there.
Yeah.
And I know they can pass.
All right. So this is going to be your list. All right. Looking at this data from my class, I'm thinking Colton for sure. He's failed 2 out of the 4 tests, and then his 2 that he passed, or out of the 3 he passed, 1 he made an 80, and the other 2 were a 75 and a 60.
Okay.
A 7. So the 67 was actually passing for that
unit. Yeah.
that unit, but so I'm definitely sending him. I'm going to send Brandon.
That's a good one.
And
These are still
okay,
middle,
are
I
these
mean-
kids available from 9:30 to 10:15?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Except John does do speech.
What day of the week?
Darn, he does speech on Wednesdays.
But he can go with one of my groups, and then I could put one of my kids.
Maybe. Yeah, we could do that.
We may have to.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's
we'll
okay.
Figure that out.
Because a majority of my kids are gone from 9:30
Okay.
to 10 anyways. So looking at my list, Aiden won't be available. He needs tutoring, but he won't be available any day of the week. Jack Nicholson, same. Anderson. But Jack Nicholson and Aiden go to tutoring after school. So
yeah.
That is good that we're
That's
getting
when
them
we'll
in. Yeah. Madison. She has failed to pass 2, but then was absent for the other ones.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to send Madison, and really struggles with fractions and geometry.
I remember you said Monday, send
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Phoenix is he's 75, 75. Yeah, I'm going to send Phoenix. They seem to me like the highest ones in my class, but they're compared.
Scores.
Yeah, their scores are bubble. And then let's see. Ella. I know Ella goes to see Mrs. Davis.
For math, yeah.
I may keep her going to Mrs. Davis, actually. Maybe Israel. I'm gonna send Israel instead because he doesn't.
He doesn't stay up. Does he stay for tutoring or?
He does,
but
I think he might benefit from both.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna make sure Ella does iTime. I need to write that down because I will forget. Okay, so there's our list, and Mrs. Davis will come up with hers when she's here. Now we need to talk about like what they need to be doing during math. So we've got who, we've got when, now we need what.
I know so fractions we need to hit again.
Yeah.
For sure. For all of mine at least.
Let's look at the fraction TEKS. Okay. So if you go to reports in Unify under student item analysis and we go to that fractions test. Have they taken a fractions test yet? The unit 4.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at those TEKS, and at the top band, you'll have the TEKS written like at the top once you click it.
Is it up?
Right here.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
And so you can see which ones.
Wow.
And then how many questions. So there's one question for 3.13.
Okay.
And you can see the percentage of your kids that got that correct.
Yeah.
So then we can look and see. My lowest one right now is 3.3G, and it says explain that two fractions are equivalent if and only if they are both represented by the same point on the number line or represented the same portion of the same size whole for the area. So that's comparing the same size whole
on a number line.
Okay, so number lines with fractions. What about you?
Mine is 3.3C. Explain that the unit fraction represents the quantity formed by one part of a whole that has been partitioned into two equal parts. I'm assuming for B is a non-zero whole number.
Okay, click that TEK.
Okay.
And then it should highlight the question that it was. Yeah, click it again.
Okay.
And see how that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And you hover over the, like, it looks like a play button.
There we go.
Click it. And that has the actual question.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's the one where it gives them 4 fractions, and they're comparing the 4 fractions. They're same size whole, but different fraction.
That one shouldn't have been too bad.
Study the figures below which statement is true. Well, it's a lot of reading, and they have to eliminate some answers.
It's kind of wordy, too.
Yeah. Both figures A and B show the fraction is 1/3 because they both show 1 part shaded out of 3 parts. So that's, they're having to do a lot of reasoning.
Yeah, and comparisons.
Okay, so we'll write comparing fractions. Let's write down these TEKs so that we can look them up by TEK, and maybe we can find some good questions.
So you had 3.3G.
3.3G.
I had 3.3C.
Okay. 3.3G, 3.3C. We need to, we can go on Teachers Pay Teachers. We can look back on Edline.
Additional resources,
Yeah, see if we have some things specifically on those things.
Okay.
So that we're really targeting that.
Because we're still pulling the math for them to do for tutoring. Yeah.
And that can navigate our iTime groups, that can navigate our tutoring after school, and then the tutoring in school with our tutors that we've hired. Okay.
And look at another assessment?
Yes. What was another one you think, wow, they really just...
Place value is still a big deal, but also I'm going back to the Unit 3 operations. That was division and multiplication.
I feel like for the most part, my kids did a lot better on that.
Mine too. Think about Unit 2, addition and subtraction. Again, it's just the word problems for those.
think maybe we should, it's been a long time since we've done that.
Yeah.
I know we're spiraling with the TEKS maintenance, which has been really good, and we went back and did, what was that one we did today? I don't remember, but it was really good for them to do that. So maybe even we pull some TEKS maintenances and they do 4 of those questions a day.
Yeah, just to do practice. Yeah. And making sure they're word problems too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at what are we on? Unit 2 operations. Ooh.
Solve with fluency 1-step and 2-step problems. 3.4a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add, subtract.
Today they did the coins and money. I sent that with the math lady today.
Oh, yeah.
So that was 3.4C. Determine the value of a collection of coins.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was one that my kids really struggled with.
Yes.
And that was the one where they had to count those large sets of money.
Added, yeah.
And it said, and they had to, it written out, $5 bill, a quarter, a dime, and a nickel. Which one is the same value? And
it was not in number form either.
Yeah, matching values.
Right.
Money. So maybe there's got to be like a sort where they're
Mhm.
having to do that.
Yeah, which is what they did today. They had the picture and they had the
Oh.
word and the amount, and they had to match them all.
Perfect.
So she
yeah.
did that today.
Yeah.
There's more like that on additional resources we
Good.
can pull.
That's awesome. So those are that's a good start for at least, okay, let's look at a
Especially
calendar.
if we're using the same stuff for each of us.
Yes. So we just pull one a week.
One a week.
So let's look at a calendar and see how many weeks of stuff we need to come up with.
That's a good idea.
All right. So
Will they be coming next week with Sim?
I do not know. That's a good question. So Monday is math, and Wednesday is reading.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they come on Tuesday.
and Thursday.
I doubt they come on Monday
Probably not.
or Wednesday. So probably Tuesday, Thursday.
And we're not here Friday.
We're not here Friday. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7
weeks of 7 different activities.
Yeah. So we need,
That's
So
not
I
too
think we have a
bad.
good start. We have 1, 2, 3, 4
Perfect.
good days.
Perfect.
And then after that, after the sim, we need to use that data too.
yeah, and
we
come
need to
back and regroup.
So at least we have,
Until, I mean, we have
Yeah.
this weekend,
yeah,
the next.
to figure that out. Okay. So then we have 7 weeks. Let's do reading.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the reading.
Okay, so now we
assessments.
need to do, want to keep the same day of the week?
I think so. I think that, and if it works
Well,
for
we
y'all,
can't because, oh no, there's 2 different tutors. That's right.
We're
have
good.
2. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
I was like, if we have the same tutor,
You're right.
no,
we
we
could keep the same.
have 2 separate tutors.
Okay.
Do you think that would be too many kids? I think it actually is kind of ideal
You think?
because that leaves us, if let's say we sent 6 to reading,
Mhm.
6 to math, that's 12 kids. We would have
The rest to actually meet with too,
Yeah.
and
about less than 10 kids in our classroom.
I
we
think
could-
ideal for time.
Yeah.
Too.
And then if that means if you send half of them to one of us,
Right. I think that let's keep
so
it
then
for now.
everybody is in somewhere doing something.
Getting some support.
Ooh, that is so
That's
nice.
good.
How many
I
days
know.
a week do we have
Wednesday's
that?
gonna be good.
I know. But that's just for our day a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on Monday, oh man, that's going to be interesting
you think?
because we have library,
Um,
and then that means my kids are going to have to miss library. I'll have to talk to Miss Bosch about
Okay.
rescheduling library.
yeah. And does she go library on Mondays right after you, or
Yes, she does.
she does? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's another thing we
Yeah.
need to make sure that our
Other schedules
things
match up.
up.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Okay. Let's keep looking at.
Go to reading assessments.
yeah.
Or,
I'm gonna go to baseball card. I really like to see the assessments lined up
yeah,
next
I
to
like
each
this
other.
too.
Reading.
Unit 1.
1, 2, 3. Ooh,
Lots of them.
there's a lot of reading
Don't know
ones.
why.
But the good thing about that is we have expository twice, so you can see how they
Yeah.
improved or haven't improved with that. Or we have not done fiction twice, which I really wish we would have
I do
because
too.
that was the first one, and I really want to know how they've
Go back
improved
to
since that. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at some of these kids are the same ones.
Mine too. Denise, John.
Maybe we don't do it on the same day.
I know. Maybe we could do a different day.
Yeah.
Switch up the days.
What was the other day that was good for you?
I could do Wednesdays or
Or Thursdays.
Thursdays. Yeah.
So let's move you over. You can do Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
I could do Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
And she can maybe do Monday, Tuesday.
Hopefully Monday, Tuesday.
We'll see. And then this is all. We'll see. We'll see if that works. Okay. So then if we need to re-hit those same kids, that's okay.
Mhm.
I don't need to send Madison again. Okay, let's start with yours.
Okay.
What do you want to send?
Denise has not passed one yet. It sees on
Okay,
here.
yeah,
So
she really needs to
Denise
go.
for sure. Again, Haley. I don't want to send Joanna because she's already come to tutoring.
She's going to
And
tutoring.
She sees you for iTime.
iTime,
She's
yeah.
Miss Spence.
Yeah, that's a lot of intervention.
John, again.
Okay.
He only sees Miss Spence, but he's not passed one of these.
Okay.
Mary's got tremendous growth. She's good.
I'm so glad Mary's growing a
I am
lot.
too. She's doing great. 3, 4, 5. They would send Angie too, but she's in tutoring, so I don't know.
I don't see any harm in her if she's going to after school tutoring and coming.
this.
Yeah, that's 3
fine.
days a week
Yeah.
that she's getting
I'm going
intervention.
to put Angie down.
Okay, who else?
Let's say JP's pretty good. James is good. 1, 2, 3. Let's send Selena
Okay,
for now.
all right.
That's it.
Okay, looking at my data, I'm looking at Anderson again. Well, yeah, Anderson for reading, not Madison. I'm going to drop her off and not Phoenix. They both have made hundreds on almost every single one of them.
Wow.
I know. The hardest part is a lot of my kids that go to MTA are the ones that are going to need reading.
Yeah.
And so
that's what time do they go to MTA?
during this
9:30?
tutoring time, yeah. So I'm going to send Everett. He really struggles in reading. He's failed 2 out of the 6. I think there's 6, right? 5. So 2 out of 5.
Including MOI, yeah.
I want to say Ella again. She goes to Mrs. Davis for math, but not for reading. So maybe I send Ella. And then I'm going to send Brandon again and Colton again. And that be the 6 for my class.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's who. Now let's look at the what.
Look at back to the peaks.
Yeah. Okay, we have about 10 minutes before we have to
Okay.
Oh, I have to re-sign back in. All right. Reports, student item analysis.
Which one do you want to go to first?
Which one? I feel like we haven't done fiction in a while, and I was looking up fiction. I wrote it on the back of this, actually. No, I didn't. 3.4 B and C. I was looking at fiction, but it kind of hits in every genre almost.
Use context to determine relevant meaning.
Of unknown
Familiar words, yes.
Yes. And one of the activities I pulled for
Definitely.
word work this week was something based on that too, was
Homograph.
the homographs.
I saw
Because
that.
they're still not picking up the vocabulary.
Yeah,
And like
I
these
love
words
it.
can mean more than just one thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're really hitting that. We can put stuff in centers.
Right. Frere models are always good for that.
Yes, Frere models.
I have mine do that anytime just because they need to build their vocabulary.
They really do. All right. Okay, 3.5. Oh, which one was it? A lot of my kids 3.8A.
3.8.
There was
Summarize the main plots.
Yeah, summarize the plot, like the important events, but also there's 4 questions on 3.8.
3.8B or 3.8A.
It just said 3.8 and
3.8.
it's, let me unclick this one. It was number 6, 7, 8, and it's basically the character motivations. Like, why does this character do this? Why did the
relationship? Yes, character just relating to a character.
So for reading, we need to be looking at
Interaction of characters.
3.8A, 3.8, and then what was the other one we said?
You said 3.4B.
Yeah, 3.4B. And there was only one question with 3.1B. It was number 5. Oh, this is a vocabulary one. Yeah. Okay. And then figure 19D, which is always that weird thing.
Inferences.
It's the inferencing one. So.
Yeah, and again, there's 3 questions with inferencing with characters too. I mean, yeah.
Those are those hard
I feel
questions.
like you're right. We will hit them in poetry. We hit them in biography. We hit them everywhere. Expository.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's for fiction. Anything else other than fiction? Biography, like you said, expository. I feel like poetry, my kids really did okay.
Yeah, mine did too.
And
biography was hard for them.
Biography was hard.
But how many did you say? There was 1 biography. For
2
lead forward.
expository. Let's look at expository, because if there's 2 passages, and they separate expository. They put biography in its own category, so it didn't fall under the expository. Oh yeah. 25% of my classmates 3.13b draw conclusions about facts presented.
And author's purpose too. I feel like sometimes it's a good one.
Expository 3.13b. And what was the author's purpose one?
I didn't see. I saw it back on the biography one. Let me go to this one.
3.12.
3.12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are two. That's at least those are things that we can be looking for, especially after we get the data back from their sim.
Okay.
We look and see, okay, these are the things we know that they're struggling with. How do they do on the sim? Do we need to spend more time on that? Do we not need to spend more time?
Not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
and
good.
Again, pull things for teachers pay teachers. Is there a lot for the ELAR? Is there a lot of additional resources?
There's going to be professional development through the district for Star Review. It's available in April.
I think I signed up for one.
I'm going to one also.
I'm going to one of them.
And I think we need to see what they have to offer, what resources they suggest. I know they're probably going to reference a lot of stuff on, what's it called? ReadWorks, but there's also Common Literature, which...
The new thing they're doing.
Yes.
I've seen that.
And you can look it up by... They don't use TEKS, it's by the Common Core, but a lot of the Common Core correlate with our TEKS.
Okay.
And there's a website somewhere that I can send you that tells you which Common Core standard goes with the TEK. So they're similar.
Okay.
And that could help us kind of go through those passages and kind of help us do that.
Great.
All right, so we got when, where, what. Anything else?
I don't think so. I feel like we covered a lot.
We did.
So
I feel good. I feel better and more organized.
And Carolyn will have us iStation passages too.
Yeah.
We can refer
Okay,
to.
so do you want to just keep doing what we're doing this week and implement this after?
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think we need to give a chance to talk to Mrs. Davis
Right.
about
And that way we can start planning what to pull. And,
I can type this out, make it more organized.
And take a picture of it.
Absolutely. It's a little it's messy.
That's okay. I like it. Okay.
Okay, well.
Covered a lot.
We did. Alrighty.
Our next game, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play a game. You're going to need a lot of strategy. You need to set some goals. This is what we're going to do. One player from your team will have a hoop on their head. They have 1 minute to score as many baskets as they can. And let me show you the ball. They have to shoot with ping pong balls. So, Ms. White, do you have a place for them to stand? We want to stand at the cone. So you have the hoop, you're standing here. And we're going to move the cone a little closer. All right. Get with your team. Strategize. Decide who's going to hold the hoop, who's going to be doing the shooting. It's up to their team to figure out how they're going to solve this problem. All right. All right. I want you to talk about it with your friends next to you. Who do you think is going to win? I can't hear you. Hands up. All right. I'm going to get them set up and we're going to start our game. Okay, they only have 1 minute to score as many goals as they can. All right, they're still strategizing. See, it takes time. Are y'all ready? You have your strategy? Okay. Are you ready? They have 1 minute. On your mark. Get set. Go! So far it's 1 to 1, 1 to 1. Three right here.
So we're meeting about second grade. How are things going?
This year pretty well.
Okay.
We have a new teacher on our team this year that is struggling with in some areas,
Okay.
but other than that, it's going well.
What areas do you feel like she's struggling in? Is it instruction or like pulling her weight as a team member as far as lesson planning, discipline?
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to like totally
Right.
stop this person, but there are definitely good parts to having her as a teammate. But this year, as a first year teacher, I feel like she's struggling with time management.
Yeah.
And understanding the importance of lesson planning
Mm-hmm.
and the importance of like looking at the plans before you teach
Yeah.
and before you're in front of your kids.
Yeah.
And preparing for what's going to happen rather than like reading the lesson plans while you're teaching it, pulling the manipulative
While you're teaching. Yeah.
while kids are in your face.
Has she come to observe you or the other second grade teacher yet?
No, we asked for that at the beginning of the school year
Mhm.
and had it approved, and then I guess
There's never been someone to like cover.
there's
Yeah.
yes, the person who was supposed to cover never came, and we
Yeah.
just were exhausted from asking, and so
Yeah.
we just haven't done that. So I think there's some things that she just doesn't understand, but it's not completely her fault, and we've tried to like have the conversation and explain the importance, and it has gotten better, so that's good.
Yeah.
But there's still some things that struggles with.
Yeah. Have y'all had like a planning time where you like sit down and walk her through the steps of like a good lesson cycle
Mhm.
or like and the things that she needs to accomplish during like let's say a new unit of math? That would be a good opportunity where it's not like you're singling her out. You're saying like, hey, we have a new math unit. This one's kind of tricky. Let's talk about like this first lesson and how we expect to go through it. So then you're kind of prepping her so that she's not having to do it on her own. She can kind of think through the things that she
Yeah.
needs to do.
Yeah, we have done that,
Mm-hmm.
and it has gotten better. And there are certain situations where that was effective, but at the same time,
So it seems like you've done your
Yes.
part in the end.
Yes.
Like you've shown her, you've reminded her, and it's
several.
I think
several
there's
times.
still happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a team leader, I think you've done your part. Now it's like time for administration to step in. We need to try to help her out, and then like give her a mentor teacher, someone that's not on our team, someone that could come in and
Yeah, and I
serve.
think that we have done her a disservice in that because she was a special ed teacher in the building,
Right.
and so she knows like the way of the school,
Right.
and like the ins and the outs of it. But when it comes to like going from special ed to gen ed and making that transition, there was no like, okay, this is where you go to get this information.
Right.
Even though like we did share that,
Yeah.
we're as teammates, I think it would be different if it wasn't like when I first started, I had somebody that was like, this is where you go and this is what you do, and we just assumed that she knew that
Right.
because she had been here, but in
Mhm.
reality she didn't, because the other teachers were planning for her because of the role that she was in,
Right,
which is
that's
exactly
true.
how it should have been,
Right.
and so she just didn't know those things.
So she's
So-
moving from support staff to the lead staff where she needs
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but once we did like give her the logins and stuff, she does.
So she has access to everything
Oh,
you
yes.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's just now you have access. We've shown you how to use it.
Uh-huh.
Now she needs to implement.
Now she needs to execute, and it happens intermittently. Like it's not a consistent thing. It's very, oh, well, this week, okay, I'll do it, and
Yeah.
so, and it's not even like sometimes we don't even have the option. Like, here's one copy. If you want to do this for your class, here's what you need. Or if you want, do you feel like you're going to do this with your class? And if so, I'll make the copies.
Right.
For the subjects that she plans. So that's very frustrating, but.
Yeah. That is
But
frustrating.
her classroom management and her behavior management are very, very good, and her relationship with our kids is really great, and they're definitely learning.
That's good.
So as an educator, she's doing a great job. It's
Mm-hmm.
just as a teammate, we're like,
She's not
Ah.
pulling her
right,
weight.
yeah.
Do you feel like she comes in and interrupts during your teaching time? Like you mentioned earlier that she like looks at the lesson plans when it's time to teach
Mhm.
it, and then pulls the materials. Does she ever come in like have questions and interrupt your teaching? Is it affecting your classroom?
Yes, but not. It's not like not any more than any just like person just stopping in.
Yeah.
So it's not.
still the same.
It's still the same. So it's not like I'm having to really stop what I'm doing.
Okay.
I can just say, oh yeah, that, yes, no, or whatever, like answer her question.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have to pull stuff, but not any more than I would anybody else.
It
I
just
don't
really
think.
sounds like
Yeah.
first year teacher
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like where she needs a mentor, she needs some sort of curriculum support, like an instructional coach or someone stepping in and kind of helping her bridge the gap between
Yes.
special ed to
Yes.
general ed
And I
classroom.
think she would, I know she would be totally open to it and has asked, or has not asked, but has mentioned, like, I should have had a mentor because I went from this role to this role.
Right.
And nobody even really thought of that because, like, she'd been in our school, so we just figured, or at least I
Absolutely.
did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even think, like, oh, maybe she needs a mentor.
Right.
But luckily, the other second grade teacher and myself are really strong teammates and friends, and
Yeah.
we work well together, so we can cover some of that weight. It's just
Yeah.
frustrating. But
Yeah. I can understand how that's frustrating. So as far as like me supporting you guys as a grade level, what could I do to help? Other than like I'm gonna try to reach out and try to mentor her and go through the proper steps to be her mentor. But what can I do to help support you and the other second grade teacher?
I mean, I feel like that would, like, just having somebody else that's not,
Mm-hmm.
like, I know you're in administrator training and
Yeah.
you're doing your practicum, and I think, though, having just a peer that's not
Yeah.
a boss
True.
and not a teammate would be cool. So then she would feel like,
Oh, absolutely.
oh, like there like are other people in this building that are reaching out to help, and I am struggling, and she's not one to be like, oh, I'm not struggling, I got this. Like, she's
Right.
very open to what people have to say and like help.
Okay. I'll definitely reach out and try to help her in that. And so specifically in the area of like planning for instruction, getting those lesson plans out. The quality of her instruction, like the lesson plans that she does share with y'all. So she plans science and social studies. Are you getting like basic level stuff? Do you think it needs to be more differentiated? Do you think it needs to need more information? Do you feel prepared with the stuff that she gives you? So I want to make sure specifically I'm supporting her in those
Yeah,
areas.
so I think that's just it, is like we're not getting the supplies that we need.
Okay, so making sure
So-
supplies.
And like, if we need copies, or if we need an apple and a banana to,
Yeah.
for the lesson that week or whatever, like those are the things that we feel like need to be provided from the
Yeah.
person that's planning. Just like,
And that's expectation has been set
yes,
and not been met yet.
correct.
Okay.
Well, intermittently it is.
Okay, but we need that to
But
be
we
consistently.
need very consistent,
Yeah.
and by like Thursday the week before.
Yeah,
And
so that
so
you're
not-
prepared to
Not
teach too.
like, hey, today we have this for science and we haven't received this. Can you tell us when we're going to get this? Or can we have it so we can go make copies for it? Like,
Yeah.
those are the things that, and it's at that point that it's like, oh, well, I didn't think y'all were going to do it. And it's like, well, we didn't even get the opportunity. So.
Yeah. So like if I met with her on Tuesday,
Mhm.
on Tuesdays during a time that we both have like free, then that would give her time on Wednesday to get everything ready and get it to you by Thursday.
Yeah. Even if it was Friday morning for the week before or the
Okay.
week the next.
So
the
even if you
upcoming
got
week.
it Friday, you would
Yeah.
feel prepared. Okay,
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
do that. I can do that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Thanks for
that.
meeting with me.
Yeah, sure.